The thing about family roles is that they calcify early. By the time you're old enough to argue with them, everyone else has already memorized your lines. I was the sensitive one. The impractical one. The one who tried things that didn't pan out. My sister, Marissa, was the efficient one, the polished one. She used phrases like long-term strategy and leveraging connections in casual conversation. Thanksgiving was her stage. We were seated the way we always were, my parents at either end, Marissa to Mom's right, where the light from the chandelier caught her earrings. I sat midway down, across from an aunt who never quite remembered what I did for work. The house still smelled faintly like Grandpa's pipe tobacco beneath the turkey and sage. He'd passed 3 months earlier. The estate paperwork had been finalized 2 weeks ago. No one at the table knew that part yet. The evening moved predictably. Marissa describing her firm's expansion. My father nodding with visible pride. My mother refilling glasses before they were half empty. When it came to me, the questions were softer, so still freelancing. My aunt asked gently. For now, I said. Marissa smiled into her wineglass. Then came the toast. Dad stood, cleared his throat, and said what he always said, grateful for health, for family, for resilience. Marissa leaned back in her chair and lifted her glass, tilting her head just slightly in my direction. And let's be thankful, she said lightly, that we're not pathetic like some people at this table. It was delivered with a smile that suggested it was a joke. A harmless jab. Everyone laughed, not cruelly, not viciously, just automatically. The sound rose and fell in waves. Silverware clinked. Someone muttered, "Oh, Marissa!" I remember noticing how steady my hands were. For years, comments like that had landed and stayed. I would replay them on the drive home. I would tell myself she didn't mean it. That I was too sensitive. But something about the timing felt different. Grandpa used to sit in my spot. He'd told me once, quietly, while the others argued about property taxes, "You see people clearly. That's worth more than numbers." He'd also told me something else, in the hospital, when his voice was thin but firm. "I'm leaving the house to you," he said. "Not because you need it, because you'll take care of it." I hadn't argued. I hadn't asked him to reconsider. I'd just held his hand. The will had been read in a lawyer's office downtown. My parents had looked stunned. Marissa had gone silent in a way I'd never seen before. The transfer was effective immediately. But I'd said nothing since. Back at the table, the laughter faded into the soft hum of chewing. The sound was small, porcelain against ceramic. I smiled, not sharply, not bitterly. "Funny," I said, "Grandpa didn't think I was pathetic when he left me everything." The room didn't understand at first. Marissa blinked. "What?" "The house," I clarified gently. "It's in my name now, the estate's closed." A pause, then my father laughed once, confused. "What are you talking about?" "I didn't want to bring it up tonight," I said. "But since we're discussing worth." My mother's face drained of color. That can't be." "It's already done," I said quietly. "The paperwork was finalized. I'll make sure you have copies." Marissa's expression shifted in stages: disbelief, irritation, calculation. "That doesn't mean anything," she said. "We all live here, for now." I agreed. The silence this time wasn't social. It was structural. The kind that rearranges a room. Dad stood slowly. "Why weren't we told?" I said. "At the reading." "That was months ago."
"Yes."
Marissa let out a short laugh. "So, what, you're going to evict us? Is that your big moment?" I met her eyes. "No," I said. "I'm going to renovate. Grandpa wanted the place restored. That'll take time. I'll give everyone until spring to figure out next steps." My mother's chair scraped backward. "This is cruel." "It's legal," I replied, "and it's what he decided." There was no heat in my voice. No trembling. That surprised me most. Marissa stared at me as if I had shifted species. "You've been sitting on this," she said. "I didn't think it needed to be a spectacle. And now?" I glanced at the half-carved turkey, the congealing gravy. "Now it's just information." No one reached for their food again. My father sat down heavily. My mother pressed her lips together as though holding something sharp inside. Marissa didn't speak. For the first time in my life, she didn't have the final word. The rest of the evening unraveled quietly. Plates were cleared without appetite. My aunt left early. Conversations splintered into logistical murmurs, lawyers, timelines, options. No one apologized. I didn't ask for one. When I stood to leave, Marissa was still at the table, staring at the place setting Grandpa used to use. "This won't make you important," she said softly, not looking at me. "I know," I answered. Outside the air was cold enough to sting. I didn't feel powerful. I felt aligned. For years, I had tried to earn space at that table through explanation, through humor, through shrinking. Tonight, I hadn't taken space. I had simply acknowledged what was already mine. The house lights glowed behind me as I walked to my car. Inside, they would have to decide what came next. For the first time, that decision didn't belong to them.